And I'm Mark Malone.
And it's time to wake up with Rhinebeck Bank.
And what a great Monday it is today. We brought the entertainment.
Yes, we did. We have some really entertaining, fun things and a fun guest today.
You know, one of the great things about the Hudson Valley is the fact that we have our own minor league baseball team right here in Dutchess County. Great place to bring the friends and family. So many different activities on top of the baseball.
Yeah, and amazing food, good time, and for a relatively inexpensive price.
Absolutely. Way better than going down to the city and seeing a Yankees game, that's for sure.
Definitely. Stay local and visit the Hudson Valley Renegades. Today we have someone really important and a near and dear friend to me, Mr. Rick Zolzer.
And he's the voice of the Renegades and the voice of the Hudson Valley. Bring him out.
Yes, he is. Hey, Zolz. What's going on?
Hello.
Rick, thanks so much for joining.
Good morning. My pleasure.
Have a seat, please.
Sure.
What do you think? What do you think of the set?
I see you spared no expense on putting this together.
Yeah, and Michelle says that you're the most entertaining person out there, so we're hoping that you trump us today.
Well, she told me I was with Regis and Kathy Lee, so I'm a little disappointed at the moment. So
Thanks. You're disappointed in us, huh?
We're getting there, right?
Yeah,
we're getting there. But talk to us, Rick, a little bit about what you do at the Hudson Valley Renegades.
Well, I've been there since day one, had a 3-year hiatus, so that means this is my my 21st of the 24 seasons.
Wow, that's a long time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is, because, well, I'm qualified to do nothing else, frankly. So, in 1994, the Renegades made a decision that when you have to compete with the Mets and the Yankees right down the road, it's difficult to sell baseball, so we sell family entertainment. And that's what we've maintained this entire time. And in those 24 seasons, or the 23 previous seasons, we've sold 99% of our tickets because we show people a good time from the moment they walk through the gates to the moment they leave.
That's impressive. I think that's probably better than most Major League Baseball teams selling 99%, right?
Well, yeah, we don't have Derek Jeter, but, well, frankly, neither do the Yankees anymore, but we can't sell the baseball. We have to sell the fun. And
there's always something going on down at the stadium.
Every half inning, we do something that puts people on the field, regular people like you guys, and make them do something embarrassing for some stupid prize.
Are you going to make us do something embarrassing today? Or?
I'm probably going to make you do something stupid, yes.
So you mentioned the Renegades have been around 24 seasons.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the history of the Renegades and how they came here to the Valley?
Well, they were the Erie County Sailors. So came from Pennsylvania, and Marv Goldklang, who owns the ball club, was actually met at the New York Penn League meetings by Pat Manning, who at the time was a member of the Dutchess County Legislature. And Pat Manning said, "What would it take to get you guys to move to Dutchess County?" And he said, "Well, a new stadium, because that's what we're fighting with currently with the folks in Pennsylvania." And if you remember correctly, there was a vote back in those days. They did it at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center because the regular legislative offices were not big enough, because they had about 600 people show up. Kids came in their Little League uniforms. Wow. People had banners, they had signs, and they were ready for blood, because there were some people who were totally against the process. And I believe it was like 2 in the morning, after multiple votes, they finally passed the vote to get the stadium built. And the best part of this is that how the people who were in the trade unions, how they got it done so quickly. They built that stadium in 72 days.
Wow, that's a beautiful stadium too.
She's showing her age at the moment, but it's the truth, because when you build it on a shoestring and you build it quickly, what they did first is they put the footings in for the lights. They went 20 hours every single day. Wow. They went 20 hours every single day. And in fact, opening night, when I was in my PA booth, I looked out to the row of seats that are in front of me. People were standing there with their tickets. Construction guys were actually bolting their seats in place.
So the goal was to get the stadium open by the first pitch.
Yeah, and we didn't sell out, which was really weird. We didn't sell out probably the first 6 or 7 games, and then people caught on. And then it was like 5 years in a row of consecutive sellouts.
Wow, interesting.
And it's been a great success. I mean, it's,
are you one of the only standing first employees?
Yeah, I'm the only one stupid enough to stick around. Yep. Everybody else has moved on to bigger and better things, but I love what I do. Rarely do you get to go to a job that you completely love.
Yep.
The Renegades let me do all the other things I do. I got to teach at Marist this semester. I have an entertainment company. I do sports on 2 radio stations, and the Renegades have been very supportive of all the other stuff that I do.
Well, you are a local Hudson Valley brand. You are the voice of the Valley. You've been here for a long time. Tell us about, different things that you've experienced here.
Well, when I first got out of college, I couldn't get a job. So Dick Beams, who was the athletic director at the time of Arlington High School, said, "How about you come and coach football here?" So I coached football, basketball, and baseball at Arlington High School, and I wanted to get a job.
What years did you coach?
Do I really have to say that, dude?
You don't have to say, okay.
Well, he went to Arlington.
I went to Arlington, that's why I asked. I'm like,
what year did you graduate?
I graduated 2000.
Oh. Yeah, I was there in 82.
82.
Thanks for making me feel old.
No, you're not.
Appreciate it.
I'm not telling you when I was born. That's all.
All right.
You think 2000's bad? Ask her when she graduated.
And no, I know. I've known her a while. So he hired me to coach, and I tried to get a job DJing in local nightclubs, and every one I went to, they would say, "You have no experience." I said, "Well, I worked in the biggest nightclub at Plattsburgh, which at the time was Mother's." I said, "Nope, doesn't work here." So I had to go work in a roller rink. Do you remember the roller rink that was at the South Hills Mall? Anybody remember that?
No.
Don't remember that.
I didn't even
It was
know.
called Park Place. It's where the theaters are right now. This really expensive, multi-million-dollar roller skating rink. So I had to go do DJ in a roller rink for a year before I finally got a job at Joe's. Then it was Miracles, and I was at Let's Dance for 14 years. So,
That's really
and
cool.
that's how PDH discovered me. And then I was on the PDH morning show when the vote took place, and I was on the air telling everybody, "You have no idea how good this is going to be for the community." And anyone who was against the vote, who came out publicly, I did mature things, like I would give out their home address and I would give out their home phone number. I said, "Give this guy a call, tell him what a jerk he is, and then we got to get the vote passed." And I had no affiliation to the Renegades whatsoever. In fact, after they passed the vote that night, again like at 2 in the morning, I went to Denny's with my wife and a couple of friends.
Denny's.
And having a Grand Slam breakfast at 2:30 in the morning is very important.
It's too bad we can't do that anymore.
I know. I
think
missed
Denny's
that.
is still open in Newburgh, in fact.
Okay.
I think that's the only one around here. But anyway, the Renegade staff was there. And Skip Wiseman, who was the GM at the time, came up to me and said, "Have you ever thought of working in professional sports?" And I'm like, "No, but I'm certainly willing to listen." So I went the next morning and had a meeting with him, and he says, "How'd you like to be PA announcer?" I'm like, "Well, I've never done it. I'm sure I could fake it," which is pretty much my career mantra, fake it, and been there ever since. So I started off as a part-time PA announcer and ended up becoming a VP.
That is so awesome.
That's a great story.
We have to clap for that, audience. Come on. That is fantastic. So what are some logistics that go into having a minor league baseball team in the Hudson Valley?
The most amazing thing to me is that people don't understand how much work goes into having what we consider 38 openings. We have 38 nights to do what we need to do in order to become profitable. People think we show up in May and we sweep the place and we paint the place and we just get going. We literally start planning the week after our last game on what we're going to do the following season. So for 2017 season, we will start talking in the middle of September, and we start approaching our corporate partners. We say, "Okay, what are we doing for next year?" And we have all those meetings. So hopefully by the time we go to the winter meetings, which all minor league and major league baseball teams attend every year, we have our schedule down. We have the vast majority of our corporate partners in our back pocket. And then when we come back, all that planning and all the goofy games we do, all the great promotions and themes we do, they're going to be in place.
You know, and it's interesting too. I was at my dentist a couple weeks ago, and he's saying, "Oh, I'm housing one of the players this year in my house." And I said, "I didn't even think about that. These guys are coming from different places, and they need a place to stay during the season."
Coordinate all that, right?
Yeah, well, I don't. There's somebody much smarter than me who does that. But I will tell you this, that the average kid, actually every kid at this, no matter what their signing bonus is, every kid who plays for us makes $900 a month. You guys live here. Can you get an apartment?
Absolutely not.
And pay for electricity and phone and cable?
They must love baseball. They must really love baseball.
It's the carrot at the end of the stick. Like, oh my God, you can make it to the big leagues and then you'll make millions of dollars. But they make $900 a month.
Wow.
So local families in the Hudson Valley will adopt these kids, and it's really unique since I've been around for so long. Like some of our stars like Wade Davis, who was the #1 draft picker we had several years ago. He came here, met his wife here. I DJ'd his wedding. He's now an all-star for the 3rd year in a row, and he lives here now. He moved here. And he was originally adopted by a family, and that family stays in touch with him. They go to weddings, they go to kids' christenings.
It gives them like a family here in Dutchess County or in.
So yeah, all these families who adopt kids, they may have at this point, some of the ones who've been around a while, they could literally have 25 kids that they've adopted since 1994, and they stay involved in their lives. Even when they go back and they become insurance salespeople or they become whatever it is they're going to do, they stay in touch, and it's a lifelong touch point.
That's awesome.
That's good stuff.
That's fantastic.
And we're always looking for more. So if you're out there and you want to adopt a player, please call us at the Renegades.
Yeah, my cousin does that as well.
Really?
Yeah, Piero Giangrasso.
Yes. You know what? Here's the thing.
He goes
They're
every game.
large, athletic young men. They can eat an entire horse in one sitting.
In your family, the food's great.
Yeah, we have a lot of food, so he's in a good place.
Yes.
Tell us about some of the nonprofits that you guys support. I know you're involved with the Chamber. You do a lot of events with them, and I see the Renegades everywhere. What else are you guys involved?
You know, one of the things that we realized when we first were formed is that we have to say thank you to the community that allowed us to come here.
Yeah.
Even though I came after they came here, it was a corporate philosophy from the beginning. Because anyone who's in business, you get daily requests for sponsorships, for donations. Every day. And everybody has a good cause. There are no bad causes. So you want to try to do something to help those people out. So what they did is they formed something called the Pitch for Kids. And the Pitch for Kids is a special events arm of the Renegades, where we do special events, we pay all the bills, and what's ever left over goes in a pot, and then we give that money away. In our time since we've been here, we've given over $500,000 in cash to local children and family initiatives. And there are AAA teams that do 1 million tickets a year. We do 180,000 tickets a year. They don't do that kind of money.
$500,000 is a lot of money. And how do you decide which organizations the money gets distributed?
There have been gradual steps along the way. At one point, we actually had a board, and we had a committee on that board that reviewed grant applications, and now when there's need, people just contact the organization if it fits what we do with children's and families. Because here's the thing, we have a concentric circle with ground zero being the stadium that goes out about an hour. People come from Yonkers, they come from Waterbury to come to our games. I can never say this name right. Lake Wallenpaupack in Pennsylvania. It's just on the other side of the border of Pennsylvania, and they come as far away as Hudson, New York. Wow. So that's a concentric circle of need. We will service anybody in that concentric circle if there's a need.
Great things that the Renegades have done here in the community, and it really is a wonderful place to bring the family and friends, so thank you for sharing some of that information. Michelle was telling me off camera that you had a game that you wanted to play with us today.
Well, there's a game that we play at the stadium that the pressure is unbelievable on people who are smart, but they're doing something that's outside their comfort zone in front of 4,000 people. You should, because no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how smart you think you are, this game can humble the average.
Patrick is really good at editing, though, so if need be, I think we might be all right.
It's very simple. It's called tip of the tongue. This is how this game works. I'm going to go back and forth. I'm always going to go to my right first. Okay. I'll go back and forth with you guys, and I'll give you a topic. For instance, I'll ask you to name something that is red. Again, I'll always go to her first, and I'll say it twice. Now, normally at the stadium, I have a microphone in front of my hand. We don't have that, so I'm just going to use my head as when I look at you, you then speak. All right?
How long is this game? How many questions are we in for?
Let's do 5.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
That way there's
I got you.
She beat me the last game we played, so I can't lose again.
All right, so let's do a practice round. That way you're familiar with it. Okay. All right? Name something that is red. Name something that is red.
Lipstick.
Apple.
Car.
You're out. You hesitated. The idea is you're out if you hesitate, if you repeat, or if you're wrong. Like if I say,
I'm gonna lose this.
If I say name a dog and you say refrigerator, duh, you're out.
Okay.
All right. So that's the first category. I'm going to give you a break since I put you under the spot. We're going to go with the same one for the first actual point. You ready? Name something that is red.
Lipstick.
Ambulance.
Apple.
I hesitated on that.
Ambulance? Really?
Well, it could be red. I should have said fire truck. I meant to say fire truck, but I'm out.
All right, so she has 1 point.
I have 1.
All right, here we go.
First 1 to 3 wins. So I'm going to hold up.
I got to get a better posture for this.
All right. Name something you find at the mall. Name something you find at the mall.
A shirt.
Stores.
Shoes.
Pants.
Cell phone.
Ties.
Underwear.
Suits.
I have no idea.
All right, so you got a point. We're tied.
You're the shopper. Come on.
I know.
Yeah, you never met a mall you didn't like. How do you lose that round? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Name something you find in Disney World. Name something you find in Disney World.
A ride.
Mickey Mouse.
Soda.
You're out. That's 2.
I should know that one. All right.
All right, so I'm sorry. 2. You got next one wins. Name something you do when you think you're pregnant.
I don't know.
Okay, you just lost a point.
Take a pregnancy test, maybe?
Take a pregnancy test.
Well, it's too late. You already blew the point. Do you want to add anything to that wrong answer?
I am pregnant.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Look at his face.
Well, congratulations.
Look how red he is.
I'm red because I'm like, is she serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Well, that's exciting.
How long have you known her?
I've known her for a long time, but this is the first I've heard of it.
You don't realize she goes out of her way to set people up, and she goes out of her way to make big announcements whenever she can?
This is a pretty big announcement. Well, did you set up the question?
Yeah.
Come on. How long have you known me?
Yeah, come on, Mark. Can you believe it? I'm actually pregnant.
Well, congratulations. Is that why you bought the big new truck?
Yes, 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 yes.
That's why we had to have Luca on that camera to see how red you turned.
That's good. Well, the problem is I'm Irish, so I turn red. I mean,
Oh, no, you weren't
red,
red.
too.
You weren't red on the other questions. When I said that, you went completely apple red. Name something that is red.
Mark.
you know what? Great. That was better than having a game, and I'm glad I was left in the dark. But Rick, thank you for setting that up.
You were losing anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, you were.
And Michelle, congratulations, audience. Congratulations, Michelle.
I tried to stump you, Mark. You were totally fair.
Yeah, I might take a pregnancy test. But Rick, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. That was excellent. And Michelle, get over here. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How awkward was that for me? I'll go back to the green room and get some snacks.
Yes.
Here, come on out.
Come on. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks again, Rick.
For coming.
Congratulations, Mommy.
Thank you.
Thanks again. I appreciate that. That was great.
I'm glad I got to mention Luca.
Yeah, seriously. I named Luca after my son. Thank you so much for Rick Zolzer coming on. I'm so excited to announce another bun in the oven.
I'm very excited to hear about another bun in the oven, and it's interesting because I had no idea that was serious. I'm like, is she playing the game? Is she not? But anyway, I hope you check us out next week.
Yes.
Rick was a really great guest, and hopefully comes back to join us again in the future. And we'll see you next Monday.
Yeah, check it out. WakeUpRhinebeck.com.
Take care.